Hello everyone. Let us start working with the select control. Select control is also known as the drop down control. So the first thing we are going to do is make our select control. Now if you want to make a select control as a drop down control, you will not be mentioning the size property. But if you want to create a list control, you will be required to mention a size which is greater than 1. The default value of size is 1, right? So we're going to work with the drop down control because either ways it is going to work fine for us. The coding is going to remain the same. Okay, so I'm going to create a drop down control for my hobbies. Okay, this is not going to suffice because we have just created what is called as the text of each option. I'm still left with the creation of the value for each option. So just as with the other controls, I'm going to give it a value. Now, value helps you to differentiate between the selected options, but that is not the only point. You have other property which can help you identify which option has been selected without even referring to the value or the text, right? So that creates our drop down control, and this is how it looks. So when I click on this, I'm going to have a drop down of the list of options, and then I can go ahead and click on one of them. And when I click this button, what I am interested in today is to just find out which options index was selected. Now the moment we say index, it should immediately click to you that we are talking about arrays. And why is that so? Because we have multiple options here. All of them are clubbed under the same name, SEL. So how do we differentiate between each option? The easiest way would be using it as an array, all right, and this would be identified as the 0th index, the first option, first index, the second option, index number 2 for the third option. But we would come to the arrays in one of the later videos. For now, what I'm going to find out is what is the index that has been selected by the user. So the first thing we're going to do is create our variable in which we are going to store the index value. Now, how do we write in the hierarchy? We're going to go ahead and write in with the same syntax that we had been using so far. Now, the only difference would be the name of the control. This time, the name of my control is SEL. And to extract the index selected by the user, as in the option selected by the user, and its index, we have to use the property selected index. The I in the selected index is capitalized, right? So be careful with that letter I in between, that is in capital. So this should fetch the index of the option selected. So had I selected read, it would have brought in the value 0, write would have fetched the value 1, sing would have fetched the value 2. So as a number, I'll be able to find out the index and it will be stored in the variable a. So what can I do with it? I can just go ahead and print the value. So let's see if it is working. Okay, so I'm going to select sing straight away and see whether I'm getting 2 printed or not. And there, I'm getting the output. So what if I had selected write? I should get 1 correctly. And if I select read, I should get the 0th index printed. So now what can we do with this index number? I can just go ahead and use a in a decision making statement and check out if the 0th index is selected. Then I know that is the read option. I can go ahead and print a customized message saying, oh, you like reading, or if the index is 2, I would go ahead and say, oh, you like singing, right? So you can try that definition. We might solve it in one of the later videos. That is all for this video. See you in the next one.